You're alone in your room looking for your car keys. Suddenly, you find yourself saying out loud, "Where are those damn keys? I swore I left them here." And then that quick thought comes, wow, am I going crazy? No, you're not. In fact, you're doing something your brain loves, and that's much smarter than it seems. Because, let's face it, society has taught you that talking to yourself is something strange people do. That aunt on the bus muttering things, that neighbor talking to the plants. We look at them sideways, right? But what about when you do it in the shower? Going over an argument you had 3 days ago? Oh, then it's just a thought out loud. Funny how we judge in others what we do in secret. If you identified with this, stay with me until the end, because what I'm going to show you will completely change how you see this habit. Let's imagine a scene. This is Marina. She's 28 years old, works from home, and lives alone. Every day when she wakes up, she goes to the kitchen, looks at the coffee, and says aloud, "Let's go, another day." It seems silly, but it's exactly that "let's go" that keeps her going. Marina isn't talking to the wall. She's negotiating with the anxiety that woke up with her. And when she's at the supermarket looking for olive oil, she murmurs, olive oil, where the heck is the olive oil?" It's not madness. It's her brain maintaining focus. Have you ever done that? I know you have. So let's get straight to the point. Talking to yourself isn't a flaw, it's a resource. Research shows that when you verbalize something aloud, your brain processes the information differently. It's like activating two systems at the same time, the one that thinks and the one that listens. You know when you read aloud because it sticks in your head better? It's exactly that. External speech organizes thought and memory. But there's more. We are social animals. Our brain evolved to converse, negotiate, explain. When you're alone, it doesn't know how to deal well with silence. You've spent your whole life talking to people. Your brain has learned that speech organizes chaos, resolves conflict, and expresses emotion. Then, suddenly, you're alone, and that mental whirlwind continues. What does the brain do? It uses the tool it knows best, speech. Only this time, you are both the speaker and the listener. And no, this isn't schizophrenia. When you talk to yourself, you know it's you. You're in control. Now, let me show you the three main reasons why you do this. First, cognitive organization. Your brain receives about 11 million bits of information per second, but can only consciously process about 40. The rest floats around, causing mental noise. When you verbalize, like, "I need to pay the bill, buy bread, call my mom," you're creating a queue of priorities. Speech involves movement, sound, and intention. Cognitive triple kill. Second, emotional regulation. Have you noticed that when you're nervous or anxious, you talk to yourself more? It's not a coincidence. Talking to yourself helps process difficult emotions and reduce stress. When you say, "It's okay, it'll be all right," you're calming your nervous system. And when you externalize an emotion, you create distance from it. Instead of, "I am anxious," it becomes, "I am feeling anxious." You step out of the hurricane and look at it from the outside third disguised loneliness. People who live alone or spend a lot of time isolated tend to talk to themselves more often. It's not because they're crazy, it's because the brain is compensating for the absence of social interaction. You spend the day without exchanging a word with anyone. Then you get home, and the silence is deafening. So you start narrating your actions. It's not pathetic, it's human. You're keeping the social part of your brain alive. After the pandemic, this exploded. Talking to yourself became almost a survival mechanism. Now, I need to be honest about something. There's a difference between talking to yourself as a tool and as an escape. If you talk while doing tasks or processing emotions, that's fine. But if you're creating obsessive imaginary conversations, isolating yourself because you prefer to talk to yourself, then it could be chronic anxiety or loneliness turning into depression. The line is thin, but it exists, and you feel it when you cross it. Studies show that talking to yourself improves performance in cognitive tasks and problem solving. It's not just harmless, it's literally beneficial. Children talk to themselves all the time while playing. It's essential for development. The problem is that we grow up and learn that we don't do that. But adults who maintain this habit are using a tool that should never have been abandoned. Creative people, writers, artists, and scientists report talking to themselves during their work processes. Einstein talked to himself, Nikola Tesla too. It's not madness, it's a method. But you know what the truth is. We're not bothered by talking to ourselves. We're bothered by what it reveals about us. When you catch yourself talking to yourself, what scares you is realizing that maybe you're more alone than you'd like to admit. It's realizing that you're processing so much internally that you needed to let it out somehow. Talking to yourself is a mirror, and mirrors sometimes show things we'd rather not see, but seeing is the first step to change. So, let me tell you what I really think. My opinion is that you should stop judging yourself for talking to yourself. You're not going crazy. You're not weird. You're using one of the oldest and most effective tools the human brain has developed. But you also need to ask yourself why you're doing this. Not with guilt, but with curiosity. If you're using it to organize your mind or calm down, great. Keep going. But if you're talking to yourself because you have no one else to talk to, or because you're avoiding talking to real people, maybe it's time to look at this more closely. Because talking to yourself can be a tool, but it should never be a substitute. You deserve to be listened to, and not just for yourself. If this video made you reflect, leave a like below, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this kind of topic that makes you think about yourself, and share it with that friend you know also talks to themselves but pretends they don't. See you in the next video, and you can keep talking to yourself. Okay? Just don't forget to talk to others too. Yeah.